Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the China Glaze You Do Hue. They're not wanting to stay in this bucket very well. This is their summer collection and it's pretty bright and fun. I got mine off of polishpick.com. They are $3.25 each. 38, let me see, I've got it pulled up here somewhere. $38.50 for the full set. If you don't know, Polish Pick is an OPI and China Glaze supplier. So I do like to order from them. They have pretty fast shipping, and these are shipping right now from them. So let's go ahead and talk about this. This is, of course, a Sesame Street themed collection. They do have fun caps. They have Sesame Street themed caps with different characters. So this one is Cookie Monster. I have Oscar the Grouch right here. And from what I've seen from other people, the lids are not the same on each polish. So some people get quite a few of one, some people get a good distribution. We'll take a look at the lids that I have as we go through. This first one is a pink holographic. This is called Monsterpiece. It is sparkly. Let me pull up a swatch for you. This one was a 2-coater for me. The formula was really good on this one. I didn't have any problems with that. I think that's a great polish. This next one is I Count Even, and I feel like this one is a little bit of a controversial polish. This is a jelly polish. It was never meant to be opaque, or at least it doesn't look like it was ever meant to be opaque. This is along the lines of the Zoya Naked collection, where it's just meant to give your nails some color, so maybe if you have some yellowing, the purple will balance that out. I did have a slightly colored gel overlay on my nails because I had a bad break when I swatched this. So I did not have a very visible nail line anyway. This is 3 coats and you can still see my nail line a little bit. So that should help you see how incredibly sheer this one was. And I didn't show you. Like I said, Monsterpiece had a Cookie Monster lid. I Count Even had... What's upside down? Big Bird. And I don't know if I showed you this part. If you haven't seen these lids yet, so there's Cookie Monster, and then around the side is a cookie. The Big Bird one has Big Bird there, and then around the side a feather. And then moving on, we have For Real Though, like fur, F-U-R-R, fur. This one is probably going to freak out my camera. This one is a bright neon pink. This is gorgeous. Not right away, but almost immediately had this put on my toes for a pedicure. I love it. It's so summery and bright. Let me pull up the swatch for you. This one, I think, depending on nail length and visible nail line, I think it's going to be a 2 to 3 coater also application. I did do 3 coats, but in real life I would have worn it at 2. I just needed 3 so that the picture was opaque enough not to have any issues. This one has Oscar the Grouch, and it has fish bones for him. Next we have Ernie, Your Stripes, and this one is an orange. It does have like a golden shimmer in there. I do really like the way this one looks on your nails, and I think orange can be hard sometimes. Sometimes people don't love it. This one, I feel like the base color in the background doesn't give it too much opacity. It doesn't give it a lot of opacity, so I did still need 3 coats for this, but I do really like the shimmer. I think this is a great one. So this one has Big Bird again. And then next we have I Believe in Snuffy, and this is kind of a tannish pink, but it's got... Make sure I'm not lying to you. Yeah, this has like a shimmery, almost metallic finish. This one really didn't get streaky. You can see that I have a smudge on my pinky right there. This one wasn't really streaky. This one had kind of a crushed look to it, so it wasn't as bad with the streaks. This one actually covered in 2 coats, so that was awesome. And this one does have an Oscar the Grouch lid. Next we have Amazing, and this is a gorgeous lavender color. This one does have like a shiny, metallic, streaky type of a finish. It can be streaky. If you're careful with your application, you can do it pretty well. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. This is Amazing. So this one is streaky, as I said. It's not as noticeable if you can get your lines incredibly straight. Also, if you sponge on the top layer, then you can make that quite a bit less noticeable. This is 2 coats, so sponging on a layer shouldn't be too horrible for that one. And this is a Big Bird again. Okay, now the one that I accidentally clicked on. This is Beak on Fleek. This one is a matte polish. It is a pretty standard China Glaze formula, but I hadn't watched anybody else's review because I try not to watch other reviews when I'm doing a review on it. So I didn't realize that it was a matte when I started putting it on. So you may not have as much trouble with the formula is what I'm saying. Let's look at this matte. Okay, so it does dry matte. You can see that it is a little bit streaky there. I did go in with 3 coats on this one, so I could have done a 4th in theory, but I didn't really want to do a 4th. I do like the color, and I think it is definitely a passable yellow. This is the same 3 coats with a glossy top coat, and to me, I feel like that glossy top coat kind of hides those imperfections that I had when it was matte. So I like this better glossy at 3 coats. Like I said, a 4th coat might have made that better, but I just really didn't want to go in for a 4th coat. And this one has Oscar the Grouch on it. Next we have Trash Can Do Attitude, speaking of Oscar the Grouch, and this is another one of the shimmery metallic ones that is very likely to leave you streaking, so you want to be careful on your application. It is kind of a lighter green. When I think of Oscar, I think of a green that's darker than this, but everybody's interpretation is kind of their own. This one I would say is a 2 to 3 coater. You're seeing 3 here in my swatch. And I do feel like the streaks maybe aren't as noticeable in this one, but maybe that's just how the colors fall in this one. Again, you could always sponge on the top coat to try and hide those streaks completely. And this one, fittingly, just happens to have an Oscar the Grouch on the lid. I love that. This next one is actually the first one I ever wore in the collection. This is Living in the Elmo-Moment, and this is a gorgeous red base with a ton of holographic glitter that catches. It's so multicolored and gorgeous. I do want to warn you, I did not have any trouble painting this on, but the first time I wore it, I took it to the salon and had the nail lady there put it on me, and she had quite a bit of trouble. She got it on very uneven and clumpy on me, so I wondered if there was something wrong with my formula because I hadn't swatched it or anything yet. But the next time I wore it myself, it was just fine. So you can see that those glitters reflect some different colors there. I think that it's fun and bright and super summery. And as I said, it does have a good formula. I was able to get that one completely opaque in 2 coats. And this one again has Oscar the Grouch. I have quite a few Oscars if we're keeping track. Especially since 2 of my 3 left are Oscars. This one is Dat Color Dough, which I think is a Cookie Monster reference. Which makes sense because this is a kind of a Cookie Monster color. So let's see. This is kind of a... I don't know, I wouldn't quite call it turquoise, but it has great silver holographic glitter in there. It looks like it's got some blue also. This one had a pretty good formula. It was a 3-coater for me though. Like I said, I do tend to make them a little more opaque when we're taking pictures of them. Again, this is one that I did really enjoy. And the lid on this one, again, is Oscar the Grouch. Next we have Grover It, which of course is themed for Grover. I really like this dark blue. I know that the brighter blue may be more of a summery color, but I'm loving this one. This one also had a great formula. This was a 2-coater for me. It has less of a holographic like shimmer to it, but it is gorgeous and it is reflective in the sun. As I said, this has a great formula. Sorry about that. And this one again has Oscar, who I'm showing you upside down. Last but not least, I have a Cookie Monster lid, and this is Free To Be Sesame. I actually really like this green. It a little bit reminds me of Zoya's Merida, but the color's not quite the same, of course, and it's not quite the same scattered holographic. But this one definitely was a win for me. This one was a 2-coater, and it is still a very bright, fun green color. So that was all of our Sesame Street You Can Hue collection. Have you gotten any of these ones? Have you been loving them? I loved Sesame Street when I was a kid, so I think I would have loved this collection no matter what. I feel like there was other stuff they could have done with it, and I wish that they would have given this Beak on Fleek a matte bottle or some sort of a warning that it was matte like they had done in the collection last October, their Halloween collection matte they did that with, or something, some different kind of a lid or something, because sometimes these sneak up on you, but I guess only once, and then when you use it the next time you'll know. So overall, I was pretty happy with the collection. I like the color variation. What did you guys think of it? Have you bought any of these? Do you have them on your list? If you do have them, did Beak on Fleek throw you for a loop, or did you know it was going to be that way? Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!